Hello there, John. Yeah, middle of the day stuff. Terry Taylor, Jose, hey Jim. Alright, anyway, last night we finished off when I just couldn't get it to work properly. It was reading, it just wasn't even reading properly from the compass sensor. Anyway, it turns out it was just a quirk in the way that the chip wants to be told what to do. After I sat down and relaxed and read the datasheet a little bit more closely, it became obvious. So you can now see I've got values moving around. If I move the device, you can see that we do indeed have numbers changing there. So that pretty much covers this part of it. So we are converting the data off the chip into serial and pumping it up. Now that's just raw binary data or hex data at this point, and we're not going to bother trying interpreting it in the microcontroller itself. Instead, we're just shifting the data, and we'll let the application on the PC side do the interpretation. I prefer to do things that way where I can. That way, it's easier if you have a mistake or something like that in the way you're decoding the data. It's easier to actually adjust the software rather than having to change the firmware. Hey, computer booter. Oh wow. Oh, gee whiz, I don't have my dreadlocks on, bro. Alright, so that was the hard part last night. But what we've got to do now is, again, we have to change the original program so that it actually starts reading from the serial port rather than from the I2C. And I'm going to merge code from my USB-C meter, which has an auto detection routine. So it'll go through the serial ports, look for a particular string sequence, and then it'll pick the port that it thinks is going to work. And we're going to do that with this one as well, because what I've done is I've prefixed the data stream that's coming out of this with PC. Just P for myself and C for compass switch. So I know I'm going to have 5 or 6 devices on this machine running off serial, so I need to have a way of differentiating between them. Ever checked out that MacBook I sent you? Oh yeah, I got that one. That was delightfully liquid damage. That one's never gonna come back to life again. That's for sure. So it'll be used for a random bits and pieces computer. Okay, so I need to get the USB-C meter code. Let's see. So this is going to have data in it that I need. Well, not data, it's going to have code in it that I need. So the first thing I'm going to have is this stuff here. In many ways it might be... It's always tricky because you're trying to decide whether you should modify one program or the other to get the merge that you want. It will come in use for spare parts, that's for sure. But yeah, in terms of repairability, it was definitely a complete write-off. You know what, it's going to be actually easier for me to do it from the serial program version. So we'll actually copy this across to... Geez, people crapping out already. Okay, so Right, so for this one we don't need any sort of on-screen display or anything like that, so I'm going to rip out all of the display related stuff. Like all this. We don't need help right now. Hey, Hoofsmith. Yep, quite right. Sun is up. Painfully so. This I can just sort of leave. Okay, this is where it gets fun. It's also a non-blocking serial port code, although it doesn't actually matter much with this program. Non-blocking basically means that unless, if there's nothing on the serial port to read, it just carries on. It lets the program continue on. It's trickier that way. The old way is you just use blocking, so you just sit there and you wait for data to turn up in the serial port, but it's a bit wasteful. And of course, if you've got a interactive GUI type display, then that's not very good. Okay, find port. Now, what I have to do here is change the detecting code. Okay, we know that our frame size, we have got 6 2 characters, so 14 bytes plus the return, so it'll be 14 or 15. It'll be 14. And we'll also check that the first 2 characters are PC. Ah. Ways to go, a million different things I've got to think of at the same time. We'll come back to that one. Greg, that actually did show up, at least on my chat. Not sure what that's all about. Okay, DC repair. Okay, this is all polling stuff that we don't need. This is basically a repeat of the detect code. I need to make it so that it's a little less repetitive so I don't end up with duplicate code everywhere. Alright, so at this point we should have our data. So, yeah. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Hey Gavin Brown. What we need to do, the data that comes out from the compass thing, it's three 16-bit values. They are one's complement 16-bit integers, two's complement rather, not one's complement. Just see if I can do it this way, and that is, let's see, int 16 type. Right. Serial buffer, and we want to go from the third character, and we want 2 bytes. Funnily enough, with this device, the Z axis is the second one. That's not right. That should be for. Okay, it's probably going to be completely wrong. Right. Might actually be starting to get somewhere now. Now we're going to produce some classic printf debugging crap. Hey, Mark. It's going to remove all the things I don't need. At least I don't think I need. And use a cat. Yeah, I don't even know if this is going to compile. Okay. We're going to move this into the file name. Ah, you're an idiot. Why did I do that? Just realised there's more stuff in that file that I needed. No! What do you mean I don't have... Oh, crap on a cracker. Right. It's always fun when you accidentally delete important stuff. I'm just going to copy that function just in case. Don't think I will need it, but we'll see. Yeah, you know what? I don't even know why I've got those on anymore. There will be some gnarly flux on here though. Basically the real problem is, yeah, there's... both programs have important aspects to them, and merging them is always going to be a pain. So we need to... some global values that I... well, not global values, but variables that I have in a global structure. Yeah, so merging can be painful, and it is painful at this point. See, what the Compass program had that I need is all the keyboard emission, the fake keyboard sequencing, which I use to make OBS switch. I can use the API for OBS, but I prefer to actually simulate it as a switch, and that way I don't have to try and program in actual OBS headers or anything like that. Yeah, this totally isn't going to compile. I think that's everything I need out of that. Let's see. Just a couple of errors. Just a couple of errors. Well, all you can really do... Oh my god, okay, there's more errors than I expected. All you can really do is start at the top and work your way down. So, 91. Okay, that makes sense. You're killing me. Hit delete and start over. That's harsh. That's really harsh. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where that one's whining. Okay. Ended up another glow. Explains that. Thanks DC Repair for the £5. Sorry, €5. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to call it £5. Unused variable, blah blah blah. I hate the... We're gonna leave off the... for now. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I just realised now there is a reason I need perhaps the STL library. It's got all the keys in it. God damn it. It's like trying to untangle Christmas lights, to be honest. If a section of code doesn't work, comment it out. Okay. Okay, I need to find out where these keys are being defined. Where are my keys being defined? Trace wires through the roof insulation in the middle of summer. Oh no, that's hell. Yeah, that is that is absolutely hell. Linux U input maybe? Slightly less fiberglass, but we've got flux instead. Flux and lead. What is its problem with my... right, I see. Good on you, Paul. You did it backwards for one, but not the other. Marvellous. Okay, that's fine. 594 to the end of the file. Replace anything that says G that with G that. Slightly less errors. Heading undeclared. Okay, 700. We actually don't even need these because we theoretically are converting them elsewhere. We do need heading though. When you leave semicolon off function prototype ahead of file. Oh yeah, that's always fun. It can be a real like train wreck. You go from having code that maybe had 1 or 2 issues, and then all of a sudden it's just like, what the hell happened? Okay, 616. We don't need that. Warning. Sometimes I hate the new compilers. It wants explicit casts. 695. Fine. Try void star. See if that one shuts it up. 694. No. And it wants standard bool. Who's using booleans in here? Oh god, why? We didn't even use that function. $580. Do it correctly and use integers. Hey, Jim Allen. Expected constant void pointer restriction, but argument is type char. 43. That makes no. Okay. So previously you can get away with murder with the compilers. Did that fix that? 682. Did we get 682? No, we're going to clear these up because they're annoying me. Okay. We don't need that either. We do not need this. And we don't need that. Oh, we've only got a couple of hundred to go. 139. Ooh. It actually does need that. There'll be something like sysdirent or something. Opendir. Where's one? Sys types and durant. Okay. Okay, we've got types there already. Aha! Well, we're down to under a page of issues. Nice. 232. That's funny. Useless variable there. 619. Okay, so it looks like this one actually is working. So 6 and 10. T35. What? But you just said that it wasn't a used variable. Do I even use this? I don't. Right. Huzzah! Compiles. We'll ship it now. Okay. I do not know what port this is on, so it's going to be interesting to see now if that actually works. Probably won't. Very much likely will not. Unable to locate serial port. Well, big frickin' shock and horror there. Yep, okay. So it is on USB 1, so we know that much. Okay. So now we begin the process of actually debugging it. So find port, that's what we need. Hey Sparky. Yes, it has been a while. I guess I've been busy. Clearly this undocumented, uncommented code is going to be key to it all. Funnily enough, with this particular application, blocking reads would have been fine because there's no user interface to interact with. It's kind of funny that I ended up this. Yeah, anyway, we'll continue with the non-blocking because it's already here. This could be a 13. Nope, it's not the 13. Okay. Oh, 15. Okay, I got 15 bytes. I was one off. The joy of one-off errors. I wonder what's 15 bytes there. That's... Oh yeah, I suppose it includes the line break. Oh, there we go. Holy shit, it actually... I don't know if it's really... If I leave it alone, does it produce fairly consistent values? It seems like it's... No, the values are not consistent there. They're jumping around and almost like they're looping around each other, like shifting in the buffer. So what we're going to do... So we are getting data, but we're not interpreting it correctly. That's the problem. I guess we should just turn on debugging. Okay, let's have a look at what we're getting. So the first 2 bytes are no problem. They're consistent throughout. The last byte's no problem. That's consistent throughout. But for some reason, like you can see here, there's 12597, and then there. Okay, we're getting a... Interesting, we're getting an end of file read situation here periodically. It might be because I'm only producing data out at about... I mean, doing 3 frames per second on the compass switch. So that's probably why that is. But it does look like for some reason it's rolling the values, like that goes to there, which I don't understand yet. I'm sure we will find out though. One four one two eight. Yeah, again it's rolling, so I guess the way to tell is that there should be, let's see, 1 2 3 5, this section here. So 30 37 30 30. So that's FF at the end. Why is my mouse misbehaving all of a sudden? What I should really be looking for is, like, say take the N4 bytes. So we've got 35, 32, 30, 30, 30, 30. These are definitely jumping around. Thirty, 38, 66. Okay, and up there again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squelch this, and I just want to see the raw data itself. We'll leave that in there. Oh, I know why. I know why it's been silly. Yeah, okay. That function that I removed before, I'm going to need that back. 2's 2 deck 16. At least I think I am. Okay, let's try this. So that will be buffer plus 2. And this will be buffer plus 10. I think. Oh, serial buffer. Oh, that's completely useless. I think that's wrong anyway. This, I'm fairly sure this function, let's see. 2's complement begin in. Yeah. Okay, it is wrong. I have to convert 2 text characters into 1 hex value, and that's why I needed that other function. Crud. Just trying to think where I'm going to stick it. I gotta steal that from something else. It'll be around here somewhere. What? Yeah, sorry folks. Well look, I'll tell you what, we'll do this. There we go. Okay, not that function. Where the hell did my... Oh, fantastic. I can't even find the frickin' thing that I was after. Oh well, we'll just rewrite it anyway. Yeah. Unsigned. It seems like I'm doubling up, but trust me on this one. There are faster ways of doing this, by the way, but we're just going to make one that actually works. Yeah, that hurts me to do that, actually. All that pain there is just so that you convert 2 characters that are hexadecimal into an actual single byte hexadecimal value. And that should be 2 lower. Hey Hoofsmith, well, you know, part of this is reuse, part of it is not. There are pros and cons to reusing code. Sometimes it takes you longer to reuse code than it is to write from scratch. I think there's a bit of a excessive negativity towards reinventing the wheel in the optimistic view of that we should be reusing what we can because it saves time, but in the end it actually causes a lot of trouble as well. So certainly I think the best way to do code reuse is if you actually have something as a library. I mean, that's the whole point of having the library. It's already tested, the API is stable, you know what you're going to get, and that's when you effectively are reusing code the proper way. The COBOL days, oh, what are they, the 60s? I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this one. And this actually should be an unsigned. Actually, you know what? Unsigned char. Ah, yeah. Surprised you didn't make custom header with all your code. What do you mean by custom header? There's a lot of stuff also that I've done that, you know, I just don't show much, but when you're scrapping, this is very scrappy sort of work. And sometimes you're just doing it on the fly. It's kind of like improv. Call this code improv. $16K RAM. Hey, your lucky days. You actually had some RAM. Let's play the smallest things we played with. Oh wait, yeah, that's going to come out bad. I actually do a lot of work on 512K byte microcontrollers, things like that. Yeah, I used to do Z80 code with, I think, what was it? I think I had about 4K to start with, and then I built a 16K expansion block on the back. Okay. Certainly a lot easier these days. You can be a lot sloppier these days. Oh, include PLD data. Well, I'm not sure what I would do with that. C types. Signing issues. Ah, to hell with you. Okay, what have we got here? Is it pass an argument 1, makes pointer from an integer. Fair enough, that's respectable. 236. Ah. Right, so that's actually just been raw. Yeah, it's not until you get down to 0105 that you start to appreciate what small could be. 236. I hate sign things. I really hate signings. Ah, that's better. Three, 7, 8. Right, I was looking for that before, and lo and behold, now it turns up. See, that's the more compact version. That is the very compact version. And away we go. Oh, right. Naturally, we're not displaying anything. I suppose we should do Z as well. Yeah, we've still got this weird rolling crap going on. Although Y seems to be very consistent, mostly consistent, so 1551, 1551, but we're still getting crap in there. Why is it not producing my serial? What the hell? Where's the serial buffer? Okay, I'm not really sure why the serial buffer is not being... It should be producing here because it is just text. Gibberish to start, that's to be expected. Yeah, so like all this here, that's all perfectly viable text. So we truncate it properly. Not that it should have made a difference. Unless the data isn't actually ending up in the serial buffer. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling it's not actually ending up in the serial buffer. Okay, let's have a look. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, you are correct, Mr. Daniels. What the hell is this D? I didn't ask for the D. Oh, wait, no. Yep, D is the serial buffer. D points initially to the start of the serial buffer. And that's on every... Wow, I'm recreating all those variables every time. Oh wow, that's disgusting. It makes me vomit. By the way, I'm not a big fan of the whole in sequence variable definitions, but I'm just doing it for now. I prefer everything to be clearly defined ahead of time. But sometimes you get dirty like this. Okay. Well, then again, maybe there's a reason I did have it in there. This is really looking like I need to actually have a non-blocking one. But anyway, we'll see how we go here. Let's see. I just don't understand why it is sort of showing me nothing. So it's got all this jazz and then nothing. And 54.3, that's, like I said, that's PC. And it's making it print the actual character in the buffer, so it's not like it's printing the temporary one. So the question is, who's clobbering the buffer? Oops. Oh, hello. It's just, that's interesting. Basically, that is. Oh no, that's correct. Sort of. It has got the line break, line return, carriage return on there. That's why it looks a little weird. So like if I clobber it, like where is it? Okay, see here. That's interesting. That's actually terminating it there. Why are you breaking my brain? Okay, there's another way we do it. That's weird. It's not clobbering. Temporary character. Wait a second. It should never even print that. At least according to my crappy code. Because it's saying if the character is that, and OD, because usually you have OAOD. What the hell? There's a carriage line? Oh god, I know why. Alright, the code is fine. I know what's wrong. I haven't updated the firmware. Oh wow, why is this so crusty? Anyway, the new firmware should be... I changed it so it's just a single line break rather than a carriage return and a line break. Okay, So I actually have to update the firmware. Okay, I'm just going to do that now. Oh, come on, what's going on? What now? Is there no end to the agony that this thing imparts upon me? Okay. Ah, and of course, yes. Right, so I was originally right when I was thinking it should have been 14 rather than 15. Okay, now let's look at our part. Yes, finally, see we've got the buffer actually looking properly now. And the values are still complete shite though. But at least we've got data coming in properly now. And we've got too much information here. Okay, that's what we want. This is the sort of information we want to look at. Okay, you can roughly see in here that it is rolling. So we've got a firmware issue again. You can see how it looks like the values are rolling. Hey, Smeller. Assumptions always get you, yeah. Once this is done though, it's done. And besides, it's entertaining in some sick, perverted way. I'm kind of curious though why it's rolling the values, considering that when I was looking at it, the serial port before it wasn't. Okay, so we'll leave that alone for now. That code, as far as we know, is good enough. So let's go back into the firmware. You have to be an unreasonable person to make things change in the world. And I am being an unreasonable person by forcing myself to do this. Okay. Yeah, this is just weird. And because the I2C thing was always giving me grief anyway, so it's a matter of trading my grief. Okay, just got the two devices set up. We're going to have a window here to watch the actual serial dump. That is weird. Those values actually look correct. But of course, Let's see. Yeah, I don't get it. They actually look correct. Everything there looks right. Ah, crud, I wasn't supposed to close the terminal. See, there's no wiggling around or anything like that. And then if I move it, you can see the values move if I move the compass. But if I let the compass go, it settles back down. So for some reason we're getting data out of order. And that's a little weird. Oh, and now it's fine. What the hell? Or is it? Is it starting to unravel? No, that's fine actually. Move the compass. Consistency is way off though. It's very all over the place. The wire, yeah, I can't make heads or tails of the... No, it just rolled. But you can see it started to roll the values now. So it seems like on the firmware side there's an issue where for some reason the values get messed up in here. I hate having to do this every time. So I'm just going to watch this and see what happens. I think I'm definitely going to change that serial port code to be blocking. Actually, yeah, I can see those values. They're rolling. There's too many F's in there. There shouldn't be that many. Alrighty, why are you doing this to me? It would appear it is a problem with this section here. It's like it doesn't complete the read or the register. I'm going to change this to a restart. It doesn't matter if the buffer doesn't get cleared because we do the full reads here. What is happening, I think, is that this chip, the compass chip, it has an auto-incrementing internal address register. And for some reason, it doesn't get reset properly. This here is supposed to push it back to the start again. And for some reason, it's not happening. So that's why I'm doing a start repeat. And we'll actually eliminate that stop. Alright, so again we've got values that are looking pretty much right. And see how long that's going to last. I'll wiggle things around a bit. Yeah, that's rolling. That's okay. Just trying to put it into a position where it can have a different value. Ah, shite. Not quite like that though. Let's see if it remains stable after I let it go. Okay, it's... yeah, for some reason it's losing stability there. Okay, so maybe the problem is that I don't know anything. Ah, crap. So like 2 steps forward, 50 steps backwards. Huzzah! Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely still rolling. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm going to try something else here. I've not been a fan of this. In the datasheet, it talks about asking for 6 bytes like this. It just doesn't seem right to me. I know. I shouldn't, so... to me, I feel like I should be... I'm gonna regret this. This is how I thought the code should work last night, and it just didn't. So now I'm going to make the big mistake of having now modified the code in a way that I won't be able to remember how I got it originally. And lo and behold, it actually does work. It's rolling, but it does work. That there should be a 0 in my opinion. I just don't understand why this is goddamn rolling. At least it's rolling permanently now. Then again, it might be rolling because of the fact that I haven't had a chance to reset it. Okay, I'm just plugging it in now. Alright. Let's move it around. And there goes that rolling crap again. God damn it. Where's the datasheet? If all else fails, refer to the datasheet. I think it's a gimbal lock and a couple of gyros. It's rolling, it thinks it's out of control. Ah, boy. I hate it when PDF viewers will do a sudden, so like the page break is here, and if I scroll down a little more, it jumps to the start of the new page rather than just being a fluid sort of transition. It's a little bit annoying. Anyway. It just feels a bit stuttery when it does that. Yeah, probably user configuration. Who knows? Settings. Interface. Can't find it. Yeah, so this is essentially our great. Now it's this section here is essentially what we're trying to do. Wait 6 milliseconds or monitor stays ready. See, that's not a problem for us because we're actually waiting 333. We're definitely well over what it cares about. Send 3D6, so that's read 6 bytes. And that's the quirky thing. I don't know whether this is a mistake in the datasheet or not. Because I actually would have thought they would send this bit here first, 3C03, which is basically saying write the address register to point to register 3, which is the start of the data. And then you should just do 6 reads thereafter, which funnily enough is exactly what I do in this code here. So we have the initialization, and then when we're reading it, oh, okay, no, wait, yeah, I am writing 3, 6. You lousy bastard. But this is slightly different. This here, this function is a Linux I2C function, so it's actually, if you go into it, it will probably write, yeah, that's what it'll be. It'll be writing register 3, value 3 for the address register, and then it will subsequently read 6 bytes from it. That is not the same as what they're saying here. Like I said, I suspect maybe there's an issue here. I'm just not sure. But this whole send 3DX06 seems just wrong. The wait needs to be between the write and the read. That's a good point. So let's see. Let's try that. You never know, you might have just cracked that. Good point. We'll give it a 10 millisecond. Why not? That's right. Oh, what is your problem? Okay, here we go. Alright, so we're stable so far. Let's see if Noosa Cat gets $5. I think Noosa Cat just earned himself $5. Yep. Oh. Now it's broken. It's broken now. What happened? I just broke it somehow. I just gently dropped it on the table and now it doesn't work. Yep, that was it. Thanks, Noosa. Thank you. How is Noosa not a mod? You abuse that, I will come after you. Hey Trady, what are you doing this weekend? Kicking your heels up? Watching reruns of the Bathurst? Okay, so that's working. Alright, let's go back to now the... Oh, look at that, stable values. Let's move it. There's a bit of a skip step going on in there. It's not a big issue. Just uploaded a video from someone stealing power, as in political power or actual 240 volt power. Alright, so that's that. Now we have to actually convert these obscure values into things that we can actually use, which is what we've got to do here. Electrical stuff, right. Shocking, just shocking. Did I already do that up here? No, I didn't. Oh my goodness. What is this crap? What the hell did I write here? This makes no sample. What? I know what I'm doing here. That's a rolling average. Ah, that's what it stands for. Yeah. RA is rolling average. And RAA is rolling average array. RAIP is rolling average index pointer. Right. Yeah, that totally makes sense without comments initially. What moron wrote that? Jason's not around enough for us to get enough dad jokes, I'm sorry. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, crap on a cracker, I'm modifying the firmware just after I fixed it. God fuck damn. It's the last thing we need to be modifying. Good God, man. It's not even 2 in the morning. Ah, that was slightly terrifying. Could have ruined all the good work. Okay. Now, finally, we get to something interesting. Variable Z set but not used. Why are you doing this to me? cares if it's not used? Quit your complaining. Stupid program. That's weird. Why is it not producing this output? So why are we not getting the word heading shown up here? Nice. Nothing. We definitely got our data coming through. Well, to start with, we'll just do this. Heading should be a floating point double. Oh, hello. Now you turn up. Let's see if that's correct. That is really slow to update. What's going on there? Oh, there we go. $90, so 270. Let's flip it 180, so we should end up with 90. No, what? There's no way we're maxing out 360. So we've got here 270. That was all too easy. I've definitely got a... Okay, something's not right here. I might have my byte orders backwards. Okay, most significant, least significant. Okay. I think I've got my byte orders backwards. So A is most significant. It is actually shifted left. God damn it. Is there no end to my agony? Okay, so arctane XY. Sure, this totally makes sense. Those Y and Z values seem way out of range. Yeah, something's not quite right here. Why do you use autocomplete features? Clang plugin your Vim. What? Why do you or why don't you? Why don't I use... I've got C tags that I use for that. Easier is relative to you know, your muscle memories and things like that. Like, I mean, I can do things like that. Yeah, I'm not sure why these are going off kilter now. X and Y is 0. That sounds sus to me. I don't think that's been converted to a... I do not believe that's been converted to a signed integer at this point. That kind of... Those first two should be negative. Second two should be negative. Y and Z. So I'm not sure why that's not coming out as a signed integer. So int 16t. So something wrong with my ASCII to hex. Let's make sure our conversions are actually correct here. Ah, of course. Yeah, conversions don't look very good there, do they? So the last digit's bit good. First digit sucks. What's happening with my first digit? Oh. Idiot. They're nibbles, not bytes. Nibbles. Nibble mine. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at that. All of a sudden the values actually start making sense. Who would have thought? Yay! Okay, so that was the problem. I was shifting a full byte, which basically pushed it completely outside of the range of a char, rather than realizing it was a nibble that I was not biting on. Knew there was something obscure going on there, something stupid. Just couldn't see it even though it was directly in my face. I still don't know if it's correct or not. It's jumping around a bit still. So we've got, let's say we've got 212. I'm going to try and move it 90, so we should end up with, 120 or so. No, we end up, okay. Alright, that's fine. That's kind of gone the other way. So 212, and try the other way. It's a little bit mashed up there still. It's getting its quadrants mixed up. It's better, but it's not perfect still. And I'm gonna say it's due to the math. Let's see, heading equals arctan2. That usually is, arctan2 should be handling the quadrants. Yeah, it's definitely got a problem with the quadrants. Why am I mixing X and Y? Oh, that's right, because, yeah, okay. Yeah, so basically that's the purpose of arctan2 as opposed to just arctan, is that with arctan2 it will deduce what quadrant it is and sort of adjust things accordingly, but it seems to just be making a butchering of that. So I'm just kind of curious to see. I'm just going to go straight back to normal values. YX, we could try that. It actually looks like X is our main one. Doesn't make sense. I would have actually thought. Let's try that. It'd be funny if it's been existing there as a bug all this time. No, it's definitely still got issues. I'm gonna see if I can get it to approach 360. No, no, it's definitely still got problems. Like it's going 270, yeah, and then just no. It's not the XY versus YX. Hey, wait, what happened there? Didn't that get changed? Maybe we got better luck now. Yeah, why? You were doing so good. It's still got problems with the quadrants. It just jumps off. As soon as it approaches over one of those quadrants, it loses its mind. It doesn't seem to matter whether it's YX or XY. And this here is just to convert radians into degrees. Would have been nice if I actually gave an example here. Okay, so we've got Z coming out of the chip and X and Y are on the plane. Oh, this is just, I don't know. There was probably some reason way back, that code. But the thing is, that actually wouldn't change how it's not handling the quadrants. That would just simply shift it, scaled up or down. Radian degrees, pi 180. Maybe I'm doing degrees to radian. No, I barely moved that 5 degrees and it just jumped. It's all over the fucking place. It's definitely not smooth by any means. What's the time? Okay, look, it's 5:30. It's probably time I wrap this up again for a bit. Going on a bit long. We've made more headway, but we're sort of finding other weirdness going on. And see how it's just flip-flopping between the sign. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm going to walk away for a while and then come back. Anyway, thank you all for your help. Thank you, Newscat, for picking out that little timing misalignment. That was actually one of the big key things. Stopped our rolling issue at least. So we'll come back and deal with whatever the hell's going wrong here later. Thank you again.